Live on digital television, The Show, celebrating the best boys basketball players in Colorado. The Show, a presentation of Biokats Sports Network. Producers of showcase events and academic elite camps for student athletes. Basketball, volleyball, soccer, football, and baseball. Biokats.com. And by Badger Sport, your go-to manufacturer of high-performance sports apparel, jerseys, staff activewear, team uniforms. Visit badgersport.com.
Underneath, receiving the feed, Colbey Ross, Gatorade Player of the Year in Colorado. Everybody in the gym like that? Yes, showcase is a verb. I'd like to order up a highlight, please.
It's The Show 2017 All-Star Game, live on Post-Preps TV.
It's All-Star Weekend here in Denver. This is where we conclude the basketball season by honoring and celebrating the top 20 high school players representing the state of Colorado. We're in a perfect facility for that. This is an arena that has housed 2 national champions. I'm Marty Cesario. We're live at the Auraria Center on the campus of Metropolitan State University of Denver. Coming up, elite all-star entertainment on the way. It's The Show Colorado 2017.
What's up with the Broncos quarterback situation? Did you see that triple-double Nikola Jokic put up? And how about that walk-off home run at Coors Field last night? I'm Alexis Perry, and I've got all of those stories and more right here with the DPTV Sports Minute. You're busy, we get it. That's why the quick-hitting DPTV Sports Minute is so easy to find. Just go to denverpost.com/DPTV or like us on Facebook to have the Sports Minute on your newsfeed each and every day. Wherever you are, watch on denverpost.com/DPTV.
Want to be part of the next Post Preps TV broadcast? Pull out those phones. If you've got video of an amazing high school sports highlight, we want to see it. Send it to us so you could be featured in the social spotlight segment of Post Preps TV. Tweet it to us at Post Preps or at Kyle Newman DP, or send us a message on our Facebook page. Your clip might make the cut and be featured on the next episode of Post Preps TV. Colorado's news, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7, denverpost.com/DPTV.
Back to the Auraria Center, live from downtown Denver, Colorado. Appreciate having you here as we're going to watch some of the best basketball players that exist here in the state of Colorado. Blue v. White here at the Show Colorado 2017 on Post Preps TV. Let's go ahead and share with you some of the outstanding players that are going to be featured here this evening, starting with Team Blue. You can see Bertolette, Belknap, Fugget, both of the Fugget brothers, Simental, Kaison Hammonds, Seng, Green, Thistlewood, and Engesser, and a peek at the white team, which has also an outstanding array of basketball talent. Player of the Year twice in a row, Ross, Kountz, Brimble, Ervin, Lottie, Masten, Becker, Foster, the 2 kids from Smoky, big Grandview kid Gaige Prim, and CJ Jennings, representing the Southern Bureau in Colorado Springs, specifically Sierra High School. I'm Marty Cesario. Glad to have you on the call. We are on Post Preps TV. We will be offering you and sharing with you the player announcements, and then we'll stand through the national anthem and get things going. 4 quarters, 8 minutes apiece, traditional high school. And we'll have that going for you in just a few moments as we await these player announcements at center court. I want to thank Kyle Newman, by the way, and Daniel Boniface from the Denver Post for helping to support this event, and also Jerry Howard from Biokats Network. Let's pause for a moment as you look at the flags and enjoy our national anthem. good look at the Stars and Stripes, and also you can probably see those championship banners, which is part of why I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Metro State University, that was back in the days under head coach Mike Dunlap. 2 national championships here on this floor, as you can see the Roadrunner at center court. Show 2017 is going to start in moments. Let's have the player announcements right now.
Number 5 from Mountain Vista, Jake Belknap. Number 10, George Washington representing Jon'il Fugget. Number 11, out of Pueblo West, David Simental. Number 20, also representing GW, Calvin Fugget. Number 21, from Thunderbridge, Kaison Hammonds. Number 23, also from Thunderbridge, Corey Seng. Number 23, out of George Washington, Jervay Green. Number 31, from Golden, Adam Thistlewood. And number 33, out of Colorado Springs Christian, Justin Engesser. The blue team is coached by Mr. Reggie Hammons from George Washington High School. Now for your white home team, number 1, out of Eagle Crest, Colbey Ross. Number 2, from Denver East, Daylen Kountz. Number 3, from down south Doherty, Brevin Brimble. Number 4, from Resurrection Christian, Tanner Ervin. Number 4, from Cherokee Trail, Jaizec Lottie. Number 5, representing Rock Canyon, Sam Masten. Number 11, from Smoky Hill, William Becker. Number 22, also from Smoky Hill, Kenny Foster. Number 24, out of Grandview, Gaige Prim. Number 25, from Sierra, CJ Jennings. On the IR, from Rangeview, Elijah Blake. The white team is head coached by Mr. Kent Rams from Rocky Mountain High School. At this time, ladies and gentlemen,
Hope you enjoyed those player announcements. We're getting ready for the show 2017. You see across the way, plenty of fans here to support these young guys. For the seniors, it's really the last time that those who support them will be able to watch them executing and performing as high school players. Many of them have some great opportunities at the next level, including that guy you can see, Colbey Ross, who's on his way to play Pepperdine. Gets a little quiet right now. I guarantee this, from right now at this moment, the pace will pick up and the cheers will elevate. We are going to see a show. We look at some of the players that are going to start out there. Belknap, Simental, Calvin Fugget, Corey Seng, Jervay Green will be the first 5 for blue team. For white team, Corey Ross, Jaizec Lottie, Will Becker, Gaige Prim, CJ Jennings will be the first 5 out on the floor as we just get underway. It's the show Colorado starting off right now. And white team will move left to right on your screen as we just start off the first quarter here. And here's that pace picking up immediately. Interesting to see the matchups as Ross elevates and gets 2 for his white team. Colbey Ross with 2. Quickly down the floor, here we go. And a 3-pointer off. Rebound, Lottie. He's looking to move. To the corner, Brimble. Not surprising, seeing Calvin Fugget playing some defense up front. Brimble for 3. And a quick 5 on the board. 40 seconds in for Team White. As you look at the Doherty star, Brevin Brimble from way downtown. Hitting one, trying to match it up. A little bit off there on the release from Simental. And Jaizec Lottie. Seems like he's going to be the man to run the point. Lottie steps through and drains the bomb from the far exterior. So quick 8 points for Team White. Now defending. Calvin Fugget's going to drive to the inside. Gaige Prim with the strong board. Where's Ross going to go? Ooh, nice feed back to the big fella. Prim scores. Gaige Prim from Grandview High with a field goal inside for Team White. David Simental for 3. And a nice board by CJ Jennings gets it to Brevin Brimble. Prim, who is an excellent passer, all the way to the outside, and we have a whistle blown. I think a heel on that far sideline. Yes, that's the case. One of the few whistles that we will have to endure during this all-star game exhibition format. We all know that the outcome isn't as important as giving these guys an opportunity to perform and showcase themselves. Many their last time here in Colorado, or at least at the high school level. Good defense. Ball bopped away, and no look to the corner. Brevin Brimble, 3, and that's off. Here comes Calvin Fugget. Ooh, numbers are right. David Simental able to get points on the board for the first time for Team Blue. Simental, big-time scorer, 2-time selection from Pueblo West High School. Jervay Green probing. Oh, yeah. Sends one to the floor. Everybody was waiting for the oop attempt. Was off that time. Lottie to Jennings, and the ball goes out of bounds. Little turnover there. You'll see lots of smiles, guys enjoying themselves. You know, these days as Jervay Green sinks the 3 from way far out. These guys all know each other. From aggressive scheduling, playing for the elite programs in the state, but also through club play. They're all well aware of each other. As Prim works those post moves and gets another field goal. The big guy played under head coach Michael Rogers at Grandview High. And there's a pretty looking shot from the outside. Jake Belknap out of Mountain Vista sinks the 3. Oh, dunk attempt, that's off. Here comes the quick transition. Fugget up, Green, bam! George represented in the Hizzle on the campus of Metro State. Jennings, scoop feed, Ross, ball knocked away. That was good defense from Corey Seng. Green doing what George did. And now you get Lottie, who's going to put one through. Jaizec Lottie. Interesting 2-time selection for Jaizec Lottie. Last year he was injured. Up and bam to Jervay Green. Unofficial stat, dunks 2, George Washington. Outside shot, no good. The Lottie story is Jaizec out of Cherokee Trail, playing under head coach Morgan Gregory, was hurt last year. This time he can participate, so it's a nice moment for him. There's a nice tight shot of Jake Belknap. Plays for Coach Wood at Mountain Vista. Now we get to see shots from Jennings, and now a timeout as we're under 4 to play in the first quarter. Now we get a good look at the next 5. As you can see, staying on the free throw line is CJ Jennings, future Wex Texas A&M player out of Sierra High School. He hits the 1, and now Sam Masten will step on the floor, substituting for him. So a fresh 10 everywhere here at the show, Colorado, on Post Preps TV. Adam Thistlewood the fade, and that's off. Thistlewood keeps the ball alive. Becker gets the rebound for Team White. Quickly down the floor to Masten. Into the corner. No good. Daylen Kountz for the East Angels. Able to get an easy bucket. 5-point lead for Team White. It's Kenny Foster leaves it for Kountz. That's a little off. Justin Engesser out of Colorado Springs Christian. 3. No good. Becker to Foster. Couple of Buffaloes. Foster. 3. Count that for Smokies. Kenny Foster. Youngest player on the floor. A sophomore. That shot a little strong and off. Now the guys opening up the pace as expected, as desired by the fans. Masten, the layup is good. Sam Masten, the first ever player selected to the show, representing Rock Canyon's men's basketball program. Jon'il Fugget, the junior out of George, scores. Kountz, here he comes. That's looking good. Daylen Kountz, East High Jam. Bertolette from the outside. He can hit it. Braxton Bertolette led Colorado in scoring 2 years in a row at 28.5 a game, and you can see he's got that perimeter shot down. He's going to go play at North Dakota. It's Bertolette again. Bertolette leaves his man. The crowd reacts, and then he goes splash from deep. Braxton Bertolette. I think the guys are starting to settle into what their modus operandi is, and that's to entertain. Masten inside. Count it. Rock Canyon goes Final Four. Sam Masten goes to the show and scores a couple of field goals here in the first quarter. A minute to play. Jon'il Fugget. A little off. Players keep it alive. Kaison Hammonds to the inside. Reverse layup, draws the whistle. Great story as you look at Thunder Ridge. Kaison Hammonds, a junior, might have been the MVP of the entire tournament. His team made the Final Four. Did not advance to the championship game, but in 2 games within the state tournament scored 53 points in total. Kaison Hammonds playing under head coach Joe Ortiz. Called out Corey Seng earlier. Thunder Ridge represented by 2 players here at the show. Kountz, left hand, inside scoop. Count that lay-in for Team White. 40 seconds left first quarter. Special guest coming up in the second quarter. Nick Holmes from Overland. They're going to come and take my job. Up, Kountz, jam. And Fugget with the quick answer. Fugget fans like that. Steal by Hammonds down the floor. Bertolette has an opportunity. And a leave to Golden's Adam Thistlewood, who scores for Team Blue. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nice work, guys. Everything we wanted, live on Post Preps TV.
Rockies opening day is around the corner. Go to denverpost.com/Rockies for complete coverage.
What's up with the Broncos quarterback situation? Did you see that triple-double Nikola Jokic put up? And how about that walk-off home run at Coors Field last night? I'm Alexis Perry, and I've got all of those stories and more right here with the DPTV Sports Minute. You're busy, we get it. That's why the quick-hitting DPTV Sports Minute is so easy to find. Just go to denverpost.com/DPTV or like us on Facebook to have the Sports Minute on your newsfeed each and every day. Wherever you are, watch on denverpost.com/DPTV.
The Denver Post Preps coverage delivered to your inbox. Sign up for newsletters at denverpost.com/alerts.
Second quarter of the show, the guys, well, they have brungeth the entertainment. Off the backboard, Jervay Green on cue. How you like me now? Jervay's got 3 dunks. We just started the second quarter. It's everything we want. I'm now joined by Nick Holmes from Overland High School. He's a Blazer, and he likes this style. We appreciate that. Nick Holmes has joined us here on the broadcast. Glad to have Nick Holmes on our broadcast here, so we appreciate that.
How you doing?
All right, very cool. What do you think so far?
I like the play. I like the excitement. It's pretty early for everything that's been going on. I don't know how you could top some of it, but I like it.
Absolutely. How about Jervay Green?
Monster.
Right.
Crazy.
I think that's a good thing to say. Nick
Here
Holmes.
you go with it again.
Yep. Jervay is going to elevate.
Oh!
A little short that time. I'm giving him a hard time.
He's going to hear about that.
Jaizec Lottie scores. Nick Holmes from Overland High School. I want to thanks and give a shout to Coach Danny Fisher from the Overland basketball program, who, by the way, coached this event last year. Nick is with us. A very good story, and we'll start with that. Nick is a young man who's, stronger than I'll ever be. Nick is a cancer survivor who, part of the story throughout the course of the years, you see CJ Jennings getting it done. But the story is he was disallowed to play basketball in his senior year.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you overcame it. Can you talk a little bit about more of what you did and why we were compelled to invite you here?
Like you said, I was diagnosed back in November. So that sat me out for the whole season except for the last 8 games when I was recently misdiagnosed in January, which was a surprise to everybody.
David Simental, the three-pointer. And the most important thing, if I broke it down to elevator pitch mode, is life said no to you.
Right.
And you said, no, wait a second.
Right. Had to.
I'm coming back, which we should say, the people who worked with you medically, you spent your time over at Children's Hospital?
Right, yeah.
Okay. So we want to give them a little bit of love, too.
Yeah, shout out to Children's on Colfax. They definitely, their whole staff was just real nice, And even after I was misdiagnosed, they did things, still checking up on me and just being real courteous.
There you go. So we want to definitely offer some gratitude on the air to Children's Hospital and helping Nick overcome a serious opponent, that being cancer. Now, another reason why we thought it'd be perfect to have Nick join us is he's a starting basketball player at the 5A level. He also knows half of these guys on the floor very, very well.
I do.
So feel free to chime in and tell us anything you know about these guys. As David Simental hits the three, we've seen that for the entire course of his career down in Pueblo West.
Yep.
Who are some of the guys that you know very, very well?
Jervay, Calvin, Jon'il, Daylen, Jaizec, and CJ.
Okay.
Those are my guys.
Quite a few guys on the floor, including Jaizec, who just fed Gaige Prim for an easy bucket as we're under 5 to play here in the second quarter. How about Jaizec? What's he like as just a regular guy? We've enjoyed him as a basketball player, which is as best we know. What about him as a regular guy?
Jaizec real cool. He's real chill. We don't, our circle, as we like to call it, we don't really like to get out too much. So, we just hoop and, just chill. Everybody's just real calm, friendly. So
yeah, and that's kind of how I read it, as I'm just observing you guys from far away.
Oh yeah.
That's how I read it. Justin Engesser with a shot there, representing Colorado Springs Christian School down in the Springs area. Guy's got 2 state championships on his resume. Jaizec, little off that time. Here comes Jon'il. Fugget up, and that's a little off. What about Jaizec's shoes?
I told him to wear those tonight.
Did you?
He texted our group chat before the game and asked him if he should wear them.
Okay.
We definitely said yes.
And we say yes to Gaige Prim, 2-hand jam on the show.
Knockdown, Brev. Oh.
When we see Jaizec's shoes, which are right side of your screen, what do you call those shoes?
I'm going to call them the electrics.
The electric kicks?
The electrics.
Okay.
Most definitely.
The electrics.
Yep.
Okay. I may even tweet that out. I can confirm, because, we're media.
Yep.
I can confirm the call was made by Nick Holmes for the electrics on Jaizec Lottie.
You heard it here first.
Perfect. Up to Prim, and he follows well. Gaige Prim, talented player from Grandview. Kaison Hammonds going to bring it up here. Thistlewood from the outside. and a three-pointer. That's why so many people, as you look at Adam Thistlewood from Golden High School, people who are decision makers at college programs, they love that guy. Part of the reason why.
Yep.
Engesser up, and that's a little off. So right now, just early on in the first half, who do you think is kind of an early leader for talking to us after the game as an MOP type of thing?
If I could pick two, I'm going to say either Daylen or Jaizec right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
Scoring at a high level.
We just have to source you. You come from a different set of eyes.
Yep.
You know, slightly older. Am I?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit older.
Oh, that's a great pass. Oh.
Missed opportunity there. Here comes Thistlewood.
Good shot.
Up to Becker, and that's a jam for Smokey. Will Becker with the dunk. Is there anybody here that you haven't seen play basketball that, like, it's kind of new for you?
Adam. Him
Adam Thistlewood out of Golden?
Him and Justin.
Okay.
You know, they're out far, so I haven't really got a chance to see them play, but I like both of their game.
Well, that's kind of the cool thing, too, not only having the event but also putting them on TV is,
Right.
you know, hey, people get to see some new faces here.
Right.
Including, you know, giving you some time on digital television. They can find out about Nick Holmes.
Right.
Nick Holmes with us from Overland. How about the Overland squad? How are they going to be next year?
I'm really excited for them next year. You know, we're really only losing 3 people.
Okay.
So you know we're real young this year, but I hope they really mature. I expect them to over the summer and over the spring, going into next year. Ooh, Daylen.
We expect that from Daylen Kountz, top scorer out of the city. Kountz showing us the lefty tomahawk.
He used to ask me how I got my bounce. Now I'm asking him that.
Kountz is fun to watch.
Real fun.
Daylen Kountz, the story is he started at George Washington. Matter of fact, the coach, Reggie Hammons, for Blue Team, had Daylen Kountz on his squad, and then Daylen, for a variety of reasons, transferred over to play for head coach Carey for the East Angels. And that really, because of restrictions, forced us to wait half a season to get to watch him play again. And all of a sudden, he just started blowing up.
It's crazy.
27 a game.
Came out of nowhere.
What's Daylen like as a regular guy?
He's like Jaizec too. You know, he's real calm. You know, we just like to be around each other. You know, it's good energy, real positive. You know, we're real competitive. So anytime basketball is involved, it's gonna be some words. It's gonna be some words.
Absolutely. Becker with the rebound. He's gonna get another second chance opportunity, and then eventually Sam Masten scores the basket there. As we're about a minute and a half left. Jervay Green going to play at Western Nebraska next year. Leaves it for an outside opportunity there from Jake Belknap, and that was off. Ooh, spin Foster back to the outside. Kountz for 3. A little miss there. And a swat by Belknap. Down the floor, here it comes.
There we go.
It's almost like it's a little boring for Jervay if there's no traffic.
It is. He want to dunk on somebody. He don't want that easy stuff.
Jervay is fun to watch. Jervay Green out of George Washington. I think unofficially 4th dunk of the game for Jervay Green, the Patriot from George High. And then there's that guy. A little different type of game. David Simental, 2-time selection of the show.
Hey.
The administration of Metro State keeping an eye on their equipment. We almost lost the time clock. Ooh, 3-pointer from the outside. Corey Seng. Quickly down the floor, Sam Masten from Rock Canyon. Under 30 seconds to play here. What do you think of being here and then the guys playing on a college campus?
I think it's real good for them. You know, they're all mostly singers, so it's all going to college next year. So they need this type of environment, see what get the feel of it.
Oh, Calvin, I've never seen him attempt to dunk, but you know what? It's the show. Why not?
I didn't teach him to do that.
What are your plans for next year?
We're still looking at a few schools right now. after being hurt, I lost a lot of my interest, but a lot of those schools are picking interest back up with me. So, but if I'm playing in the spring, playing AAU spring and summer. So if nothing comes in, then me and my family are looking for prep school next year.
I expect nothing but great things coming out of you. Again, Nick Holmes from Overland High School. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. We appreciate it. Nick Holmes. Nobody's tougher than that guy, I guarantee you that. Nick Holmes from Overland, again, thanks to Coach Fisher visiting with us. Well, there's the halftime break. It's everything you expected. We've been doing this for 17 years, and the guys this year in 2017, well, they're giving you the show. We'll be back on Post Preps TV.
Hey folks, I'm Kyle Newman with Post Preps TV, your weekly roundup on all things preps. Join me every week for all the latest news and analysis on Colorado high school football, basketball, wrestling, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, volleyball, softball, and many, many more sports. This is a huge top 10 game between these two teams. First game, Daylen paces Evergreen with 13.7 points per game.
Yes, sir, this win means so much. I know we've been battling all these past 2 weeks in practice.
And that was an amazing moment for me to see him go from good quarterback to really elite Colorado high school quarterback. Hunter Willits and Grant Willits boast 5 state titles between them. Go to denverpost.com/preps for game highlights, a live stream of our game of the week on Post Preps Radio, and our weekly Post Preps podcast. Your sports, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7 at denverpost.com/DPTV.
The Show, a presentation of Biokats Sports Network. Producers of showcase events and academic elite camps for student athletes. Basketball, volleyball, soccer, football, and baseball. Biokats.com.
Want to be part of the next Post Preps TV broadcast? Pull out those phones. If you've got video of an amazing high school sports highlight, we want to see it. Send it to us and you could be featured in the social spotlight segment of Post Preps TV. Tweet it to us at Post Preps or at Kyle Newman DP, or send us a message on our Facebook page. Your clip might make the cut and be featured on the next episode of Post Preps TV. Colorado's news, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7, denverpost.com/DPTV.
Did you know that Denver Post has live audio broadcasts of high school sports games? Listen to the game of the week on Post Preps Radio. Go to denverpost.com/preps to find upcoming games or listen to archived coverage.
The Show Colorado 2017. We're live on the campus of Metro State University of Denver, the Auraria Center. Exciting exhibition of the guys out there as we're sitting here at the halftime intermission. Part of the reason why you have this broadcast and this event is the support of the folks at the Denver Post, and with us from Post Preps Television and the Preps editor at the Denver Post is Kyle Newman. Kyle, after that first half of play, I just want to get your reaction. What's it like? What are you feeling?
I feel like every time I look down, I was missing something. I feel like every time I look down, I was missing something. You know, like
right.
I look down for 2 seconds, there's an alley-oop, but thankfully we've had like 5 or 6 of them.
Right.
So we haven't missed too much, even if you've missed 1 or 2.
Right,
yeah.
Right, exactly. And that's how it is. It's tough to cover this. I mean, you know, with your role is you're trying to write a story here,
but
right?
It's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? It's fun in the sense that I'm writing a story, but the story's not about who wins or loses. It's about who drops the sickest dunk, which we've seen a couple tonight.
Right.
And we're going to see the dunking show at halftime, dunking contest, should I say. Fran Belibi is in it from Regis Jesuit, and of course some worthy male dunkers as well. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember in the women's game earlier, everybody was waiting for Fran to dunk. Well, Fran's going to be here hanging with the boys, and I'm sure she'll definitely represent herself where. Let me ask you this. You guys participating in supporting this event in 2017, and then really, I mean, you're the reason why we're on television. Why was that important for you guys?
You know, it's important for me to support my guys like you, like Phil Mildren, who runs Stream It Sports, who's doing the producing of these games, because you guys, just like me, I think, understand the importance of getting these high school athletes on the air, you know, whether that be the internet, TV, radio, written stories like I do for the most part. It's all important, and it's important to these kids, you know, and I hear it from their parents, I hear it from them all the time. I also hear it from them if I don't cover them, you know?
Right.
Like some of those lower classes who I would like to apologize on the record for, you know, because we don't get to a lot of those teams as much as we like.
Yeah, there's only so many places you can be at any given time.
Yeah.
And then, you know, honestly, you know, it's the nature of the media. You're going to go for marquee matchups, right, or top players.
Right, and we are the Denver Post. You know, of course, traditionally we've covered all of Colorado, but lately we've covered a lot, or focused a lot, should I say, on these 5A, 4A teams, and that's what we're going to see. Jervay Green here getting it going in the dunk contest, and I mean, we got another GW player in Calvin Fugget too as well, but both just electric guys as Jervay with a little windmill right there. Too easy. And I mean, he did that all season for GW en route to the title run, falling just short to Eagle Crest, but really putting the Patriots back on the map this year.
Absolutely. That was a great run by the GW guys, the guys from George make it to the state championship game. It is fun to watch. Guys like Jervay Green, and that's part of the story of this. Jervay Green's going to play at Western Nebraska, may have opportunities down the line. Calvin Fugget is, as of right now, not committed, so this is an opportunity for him to present himself on live digital television. And there's a lot of guys, as you see the reaction.
And Jon'il helping him out right there.
Absolutely.
Little bro.
Absolutely. So it's kind of fun in that respect, too. So, you know, when you think of the Denver Post and all they're doing, traditionally you think print media, especially if you're old school, right? And, you know, you guys have a lot of different platforms and areas where you can help and talk about these players. You fill us in on what those platforms are.
Well, yeah, I mean, traditionally it has been just, you know, looking in the
newspaper.
paper, of course. And, of course, we still have that, but it's so much more than that, as we see Fran Belibi attempting throwing it down out there. But really, it's Post Preps TV, which, you know, is sponsoring this broadcast. We do episodes every week of previews of big games, football, basketball, baseball right now in the spring. We got Post Preps Radio. We do a game of the week where that's live streamed on the internet. Of course, all this is free. You know, we're getting it out there. Hopefully the advertisers in the end end up footing the bill. But we're getting it out there. And then, of course, we got the photo galleries, the in-depth features. We did a story on Justice High School football in the fall, kind of examining how, you know, they're really achieving things at the small school football level despite hurdles and obstacles. We did one on girls wrestling recently, how that's kind of rising and hoping to become a chassis sport. So all those sub-issues, and, of course, great events like this, too, where it's just all about these athletes putting their talents on display.
Absolutely. Hey, we got to do business, and, you know, you have to find ways to fund what you can do in those platforms. But really, you know, Kyle's on board the same way I do. I'm leveraging my job and my role to find a way to put you out there is what we're doing. You know, you mentioned you're a storyteller. You know, we talked about the Fugget brothers, Jervay Green, the George guys. What's a story that intrigues you of the 20 players that are participating in this game? Is there anybody that you've covered, you know, or anybody that you've learned of that really kind of captures your attention? Or maybe it's a story you've already told that you'd like to share now.
Well, I mean, I think George Washington is as good a place to start as any.
Okay.
You know, chasing the ghost of Chauncey, as I said all season, and coming up just short of that 5A title or 6A title they won back in '94, and then coming up just short of the 5A title this year. But then also looking down the roster too, it just seems like the storyline to me is so many guys still in the senior class unsigned.
Right.
And we talked about that on the podcast leading into the week. Braxton Bertolette still unsigned, some interest from around the area. Kaison Hammonds, I believe he's only a junior but still unsigned. Corey Seng, I don't believe is signed.
No, he is not, and he's a senior.
Yeah. Jaizec Lottie, has he signed?
No, he is not.
And I think he has an offer from DU, I believe, in talking to Coach Billups from over there. And just going down the list, Gaige Prim, a senior from Grandview, I don't believe he's signed. And then you've got a couple junior really prospects. Daylen Kountz, who's I think definitely going to be a D1 kid, hands down.
Right.
And we saw him throwing it down here in the first half.
And I've confirmed that with Coach Carey from East High School. And, you know, you hear stuff and like, well, I'm not going to work on the hype. You tell me, I'll go right to the head coach. And it's D1.
Yeah.
It's D1.
And you know what? Speaking of hype, I don't want to be remiss, and let's give some girls some love here too, because I think there's a lot of young, really up-and-coming stars, obviously starting with Jana Van Geitenbeek and Cherry Creek. a fantastic point guard, just a freshman. Fran Belibi, who we just saw here in the dunk contest, just a sophomore. Camilla Imsbo, she's just a junior this year. Tommy Olson, just a junior, going to have a fantastic senior year next year. Also, Autumn Watts from Highlands Ranch, just a sophomore. So, going to make Coach Karen Jiraki's squad dangerous once again. She's won a couple games over there at Highlands Ranch in her day.
And you can tell where Kyle's going with this as he's talking about who's committed, who's signed, and who's upcoming. Is that fits what we're doing here at the show. You know, this year in 2017, there's a lot of players who have not yet made their decisions. There may be viewers who make those decisions, and we know that. So here's an opportunity for them to present themselves, and we're glad to have the equipment and personnel to be able to do that. I want to thank Kyle Newman once again from the Denver Post. He is the PREPS editor for Post PREPS. And coming up, we'll have the second half of the show, Colorado.
Catch up on the latest Colorado sports news. Wherever you are, whenever you want it, watch the DPTV Sports Minute with Alexis Perry, 24/7 at denverpost.com/DPTV.
Hey folks, I'm Kyle Newman with Post Preps TV, your weekly roundup on all things preps. Join me every week for all the latest news and analysis on Colorado high school football, basketball, wrestling, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, volleyball, softball, and many, many more sports. This is a huge top 10 game between these two teams. First, Dylan paces Evergreen with 13.7 points per game.
Yes, sir, this win means so much. I know we've been battling all these past 2 weeks in practice.
I mean, that was an amazing moment for me to see him go from good quarterback to really elite Colorado high school quarterback. Hunter Willits and Grant Willits boast 5 state titles between them. Go to denverpost.com/preps for game highlights, a live stream of our game of the week on Post Preps Radio, and our weekly Post Preps podcast. Your sports, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7 at denverpost.com/DPTV.
Watch new episodes of Post Preps TV with Kyle Newman every week at denverpost.com/preps.
Broncos quarterback situation. Did you see that triple-double Nikola Jokic put up? And how about that walk-off home run at Coors Field last night? I'm Alexis Perry, and I've got all of those stories and more right here with the DPTV Sports Minute. You're busy, we get it. That's why the quick-hitting DPTV Sports Minute is so easy to find. Just go to denverpost.com/DPTV or like us on Facebook to have the Sports Minute on your newsfeed each and every day. Wherever you are, watch on denverpost.com/DPTV.
Return to center court live at the Auraria Center in downtown Denver, Colorado. A all-star weekend here. It's the show, Colorado 2017. You see 114 points on the board in the first half, and we're ready for more. Pardon me, my math's off. 104, right? That's still many. Daylen Kountz with the scoop, and it looks good. We had plenty of dunks, oop attempts, and the guys are getting creative, and that's what we expect as Jervay Green shoots from the outside, a little bit off that time. Green with 4 dunks, and the guys are talking now. That's the fun exchange as we watch the second half here. We flip sides as Daylen Kountz out of East High hits the three-pointer there. Kountz, a couple of dunks himself, and then he has that outside touch. Try to get the names out as quickly as we can during this high-octane pace in an all-star event here at Metro State. Kenny Foster from Smoky Hill drives and able to get one through. Kenny Foster, the talented sophomore from Smoky Hill. His brother Chase, by the way, playing at the University of San Francisco, was a selection to this event a few years ago. Sam Masten from RC. Becker, rebound put back good. I like the selection of Will Becker out of Smoky. Not a lot of points scored, but he led the state in blocks and rebounds, at least up there in the top 2 or 3. And that'll help your basketball team under head coach Anthony Harden. Poked away defensively, Kaison Hammonds. Hammonds is in the middle of your screen, 21 right there. I like the quote from Reggie Hammonds, the head coach for the blue team. He was talking about guys he's happy to be coaching. With Kaison Hammonds, he goes, well, I like his name. They're spelled differently. And we just laugh and like, well, yeah, but when I call it, it's going to sound the same, so I get it. See the smile from Sam Masten right there out of Rock Canyon High School. His head coach, Kent Grams, is coaching the white team. Kent Grams led that magnificent Final Four run for Rock Canyon High School. As you see, white team bringing it up. Tanner Ervin from Resurrection Christian. A little bit off right there. First ever basketball player from the men's program from Res up there in northern Colorado. Top 5 in scoring in the state at 26.4 per game. Jervay and Becker laugh, and Jervay takes the drive, and that looks good. The take off the dribble, and another dunk for Jervay Green. Becker post move, and he scores. A little something going on between Will Becker and Jervay Green in different ways. Calvin Fugget, seen him so many times. He's one of those guys that have yet to be signed out of George Washington High School. Calvin Fugget, ferocious defense. He will take your basketball, number 20 right there defending. Foster up to Becker. That's a little off. Here comes Kaison Hammonds. Calvin Fugget with the jam. And I'll be honest with you, I've never seen that in a game. It's just not his game. He doesn't have to. But that looked nice. And an immediate answer from Sam Masten with the take. Guys getting creative. 3 minutes into the third quarter here. Oh yeah, that's planned. Off the backboard, Daylen Kountz. Three-pointer, Fugget, a little bit off. And Becker gets the long board. The missed dunk attempt, Foster rebounds and puts it in, and down the floor is Calvin Fugget. Guys are going for the dunks, and that's all right by us. Uh-oh. Jervay, the give to Hammonds, that's off. Back the other way. Kenny Foster with the score. Three-pointer Green. And Kaison Hammonds will chase it down. Corey Seng, a little off that time. Calvin Fugget able to get one to fall through. And with that kind of pace, it's the officials who have to stop the game, and we'll take the break here so we can change some personnel.
Have you checked the latest Colorado PREPS power rankings? They're released weekly at denverpost.com/preps. Again, that's denverpost.com/preps.
So coaches each side make switches as Brevin Brimble, the Doherty Spartan, gets to the inside and draws a very rare whistle in this basketball game. Brevin Brimble scored 20 points a game this season for Doherty out of Colorado Springs. There's a look at his statistics. Brevin, also another one of the unsigned participating. We talked about that with Kyle Newman from the Denver Post during the halftime. I tweeted it earlier as I was doing my research. You know, it's an interesting and unique year. Only 6 of the players participating of the 20 are commits or signees in this basketball game. So an opportunity to showcase themselves, including that guy, Jaizec Lottie, out of CT, Southeast Aurora. I want to thank Nick Holmes from Overland High School. Representing the guys is David Simental. Hits that one. I think that's his 4th unofficially. Jacking the 3, what we expect. Brimble counters it with his own tray. But the uniqueness is there's a lot of guys here who fit the profile of having next level opportunities. It just hasn't happened yet. And that's why we're kind of happy with ourselves that able to put them on to where you can watch them across the globe. Here we come. Elevating in the electrics, Jaizec Lottie from CT. We confirmed that with Nick Holmes, who claims he made the decision for Lottie to wear those neon shoes. Those kicks are called the electrics. CJ Jennings, he's got that stroke too. Going to play for one of the top D2 programs in the nation. CJ Jennings going to West Texas A&M. Here comes Jennings, big smile on his face. 2 to play in the third. Thistlewood, the Demon, brings forth the jam at the show. Thistlewood, the first ever player out of Golden High School, selected to the show. Rebound, Colbey Ross. We haven't talked much about Colbey. We've done it for 3 years. 2-time player of the year. We'll look at Colbey Ross when he has a rare free throw in this game. Braxton Bertolette whistled. And you look at Colbey Ross. Ross has had plenty of media attention. He's good if we kind of deflect it towards his head coach. So we look at the numbers from Colbey Ross. Again, the player of the year. Again, a state championship for his basketball program. And so timely, and he can always claim he was part of this. His head coach, John Olander, basically did the mic drop with his career. He retired after his team, Eagle Crest, won a state championship. And Colbey can always claim he was part of that. Up in the air. Ooh, no one there to answer. Thistlewood stroke. Just a short little floater from 10 feet. And that looks good. Colbey's going to push and look for somebody. Good defense by David Simental, and then a whistle blown as Engesser tries to bring it up the floor. Jason Engesser going to Colorado Springs Christian. We'd look at Jaizec Lottie. It's almost like with all this running, they're a little winded out there. It's more effort than they're used to in a 5 situation, as Lottie denies me that and immediately gets back down the floor and scores. Under a minute to play, third quarter. Look at the hustle defense by Brimble. Simental gets out of it. Unable to get that to fall down. Gaige Prim, Grandview dunk at the show. Gaige Prim, also unsigned, 3rd and 5A rebounding. Love the play of Gaige Prim as you see him underneath trying to defend and a whistle blown. And we'll see Braxton Bertolette at the line, number 1 you see right there. Braxton going to play at North Dakota next year. Playing under Matt Johansson, that outstanding Fossil Ridge program up north. Braxton led the state in scoring, all classifications. I know his mom and dad are in the house right now, enjoying their son playing in the show for the 2nd consecutive year. Meanwhile, play continues. Nice floor look at Thistlewood banging down in the lane. That 3's off, rebound Engesser. That one can't fall. Under 10 seconds to play in the 3rd. No look up top, Bertolette. Down the floor, Brimble's calling for it. Yes! And if you're a 6-foot guard, that's what you can bring to the table. Call for it, wait for the buzzer, splash, and it's good. We'll be back. More of the show coming up, the final frame on Post Preps TV.
Hey folks, I'm Kyle Newman with Post Preps TV, your weekly roundup on all things preps. Join me every week for all the latest news and analysis on Colorado high school football, basketball, wrestling, soccer, lacrosse, baseball, volleyball, softball, and many, many more sports. This is a huge top 10 game between these two teams. First, Dillon paces Evergreen with 13.7 points per game.
Yes, sir, this win means so much. I know we've been battling all these past 2 weeks in practice.
That was an amazing moment for me to see him go from good quarterback to really elite Colorado high school quarterback. Hunter Willits and Grant Willits boast 5 state titles between them. Go to denverpost.com/preps for game highlights, a live stream of our game of the week on Post Preps Radio, and our weekly Post Preps podcast. Your sports, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7 at denverpost.com/DPTV.
Got an idea you think would make a great story in the Denver Post? Submit it at denverpost.com/news tips.
Fourth quarter of the show, Colorado, as Jon'il Fugget drives to the inside. That's just fitting. You jump on and someone's going to put one in the hoop. And right now, we've got white team with possession of the basketball approaching the century mark. There's the follow dunk by Will Becker. And so white team, big smile on the face of Will Becker out of Smoky. Calvin Fugget, a little help from his teammate. And points on the board for Calvin Fugget. 7.5 to play in this final quarter at the show. After the game, we will visit with a couple of players, as Kaison Hammonds, talented junior out of Thunder Ridge, scores for Team Blue. Got a couple players from the winning team, and then the other team will visit with one player, and we'll have those to share with you. It's really just an opportunity to let kids get on camera and present themselves. There's Will Becker, the rim protector and enforcer. Now the free throw shooter, Will Becker. Plays for that program under Anthony Harden, number 11 right there. See the boards, that's most important. Top rebounder in 5A, 11.3 a game. Second in Colorado, tops in 5A in blocks at 4.5 a game roughly. Will Becker, a senior and also unsigned currently. A three-pointer would get Team White into the century mark. Foster is going to go baseline drive instead. Underneath, scoop, no good. Calvin Fugget bringing it now. Not happy with himself. He caught a little bit of rim right there. Calvin Fugget, point guard, and there is Jon'il and the lay-in. That's exactly what the Fuggets have done, and that's why they made the state championship game. If you put the basketball on the floor, try to pass it, it's likely they'll take it from you. A little too strong, trying to get Corey Seng some love and a highlight opportunity. Jervay knows it. A little too much. 6 to play here in the fourth quarter. Boy, that's a nice take by Kenny Foster. Again, want to thank the folks from the Denver Post, Kyle Newman, Daniel Boniface, part of the PREPS coverage. Also, shout to the Colorado Springs Gazette. I know Taylor's here from 9 News. Here to cover these guys, do their segments, their features, as we look at Jervay not happy with how that went down. Plenty of good things have occurred for the George Star in this game. Oh, nice set play. Foster just sets it to Will Becker. And how about Becker? Able to get one down. Jervay that time looking good, floating. Team White's at 99. Here comes Kountz. If you're going to get over a honey, might as well bring it with the dunk. Quickly down the floor, Sam Masten scores. I like that. Tanner Ervin whispers to us, who's defensive player of the game? Who you got, Tanner? Like that. Tanner Ervin from Rez knows that we're going to be talking to players after the game. He's looking for defense. Fugget, meanwhile, looking for some entertainment there. Windmill dunk. Big Jervay wanted Kaison Hammonds to bring something there. It's Tanner Ervin.
Downtown 3 by Tanner Ervin.
I think that one came from Larimer County. Tanner Ervin from Rez. You know, really, Tanner's comment really begs a reply. I'm not sure who defensive player of the game would be. Defense isn't part of the mode of operation here at this entertaining event we call the show. And now both of the coaches decide to take a timeout so they can switch up personnel. Big round of applause because the folks in the stands are aware that's probably the last time you'll see that group of fives from each side. And now we'll see the guys on the floor finish up this contest. Still some tight defense. Look at Brimble up on Bertolette. Thistlewood for three. Again, part of why next level decision makers like him, that kind of extension from up top there, you can't challenge that. How about Brimble? And one, we look at number 3 right there, Brevin Brimble from Colorado Springs. As we settle in here, I think the crowd across the way, who did a good job coming to support these guys as they've done throughout the careers of these young players. Right now, one of the cool facets as you look at Thistlewood hit the 3 from Golden High. But one of the good traits about being here on this campus at Metro State is you're just a short walk over into Larimer Square in the downtown area. You've got a lot of options. Especially if you're from out of the Denver area, including Mr. Simental from Pueblo. Go get pizza, cheeseburgers. Spend the night down here. By the way, we should throw out a thank you so much to the folks from the athletics department, John and Tanya and the whole gang, for hosting this event here on this campus at the Auraria Center. 2 to play in the show. Oh, how about that? Braxton Bertolette sinks the 3, and now I'll have an opportunity for a rare 4-point play.
Number 25, CJ Jennings, that is his first.
Three-pointer, Brevin Brimble. Adam Thistlewood's wanted to show off his outside shot at the second half here, and he's done well. Oh! Jaizec Lottie with the dunk. These guys are just too good, aren't they?
Be smart, though. Be smart.
A little something going on between Bertolette and I like that the officials are kind of coaching up, and officials are really designing what to showcase here. Oh, that looks good. The block from Gaige Prim. Brimble has been stroking it. Under 30 to play, just about to complete this all-star event we call the show. Then we'll talk to some players and talk to the event director. Finish up the night and head downtown. Don't worry about it, Jaizec, we're good. Big round of applause. He's looking at the guys all get together. They all know each other, respect each other, and that'll conclude this 4 quarters of electric entertainment between the elite basketball players in the state of Colorado. We've got guys to talk to, and that'll be coming up on Post-Preps TV.
The Show, a presentation of Biokats Sports Network. Producers of showcase events and academic elite camps for student athletes. Basketball, volleyball, soccer, football, and baseball. Biokats.com.
Want to be part of the next Post-Preps TV broadcast? Pull out those phones. If you've got video of an amazing high school sports highlight, we want to see it. Send it to us so you could be featured in the social spotlight segment of Post-Preps TV. Tweet it to us at Post-Preps or at Kyle Newman DP, or send us a message on our Facebook page. Your clip might make the cut and be featured on the next episode of Post-Preps TV. Colorado's news, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7, denverpost.com/DPTV.
Did you know the Denver Post has live audio broadcasts of high school sports games? Listen to the game of the week on Post-Preps Radio. Go to denverpost.com/preps to find upcoming games or listen to archived coverage.
Broncos quarterback situation. Did you see that triple-double Nikola Jokic put up? And how about that walk-off home run at Coors Field last night? I'm Alexis Perry, and I've got all of those stories and more right here with the DPTV Sports Minute. You're busy, we get it. That's why the quick-hitting DPTV Sports Minute is so easy to find. Just go to denverpost.com/DPTV or like us on Facebook to have the Sports Minute on your newsfeed each and every day. Wherever you are, watch on denverpost.com/DPTV.
Get the Denver Post Preps coverage delivered to your inbox. Sign up for newsletters at denverpost.com/alerts.
Post game of the show here at Auraria Center. You know, it's one of these contests where, you know, who wins, it doesn't matter. It's about showcasing the best talent here on the floor. I hope you enjoyed the entertainment. This guy certainly did. Head coach Kent Grams from Rock Canyon High School. Now that you've done it, what was it like? What was the experience like?
Man, it's incredible. These kids are absolutely incredible athletes, and they're all just so deserving of being here, you know, and so deserving of the honor.
Why do you think it's important to be selected to be here in the first place?
There's only 20 kids that get to be here, you know, and there's a lot of kids that are probably more than deserving to be here, but the kids that are selected is selected for the right reasons.
What do you think on TV and then here on a college campus, these guys had an opportunity to show
who they truly are? And I think you and I talked earlier in the week about how competitive these kids are, you know, and obviously it was a lighter game and there was not a lot of defense, but these kids want to win all the time, and that's why they're all going to be successful in life.
Absolutely. Well, we can agree on that. Just wanted to get your perspective. Thank you so much. Kent Grams, and by the way, nice run. Final four.
I appreciate that, Marty.
We'll see more from the Rock Canyon program for sure. Kent Grams from RC. Let's bring in a couple of the guys. Calvin, come on over here real fast. Play it loose. Hey, man, congratulations. Hey, I want to ask you this. Just talked to head coach Kent Grams about opportunities for you guys on the college campus, but also on the broadcast to show some things. I've never seen you dunk before. Was that something you wanted to show on TV?
Yeah, of course. Like, I just started recently dunking later towards the year, like the end of the year, so I was just trying to show out for the showcase game, show off my bounce.
You had some bounce. That's affirmative. He definitely showed that. Now, otherwise, you had to showcase what you're all about, your identity as a basketball player. You tell us what that is.
Well, I mostly put like all my pride in the defense, but I'm a playmaking point guard. I like to feed my teammates and like get assists and then score. if needed to. But amazingly, I'm a playmaking point guard, yeah.
Your teammates tonight, they're the best, right?
Yeah.
After you've done it now and you know what it is, what was it like to play with all those guys?
It was amazing. Like, I know all of them personally. Like, we're all friends. Like, we're all close together. We rep Colorado hard. So it was just fun playing with them. Got to show out for, like, my last high school game with them. So it was cool.
And that's an important thing, too. Again, it's his last high school game. It was fun watching you, man. All right, appreciate that. Calvin Fugget, let's bring in Jaizec Lottie from Cherokee Trail High School. Ask you the same thing I asked Calvin. You were here last year. You didn't get to play, and that was part of the cool story. So you're a two-time selection. This year, you got to show out. Now that you've done it, you got to play. What was it like?
I mean, it was a great experience, especially, playing against these guys all year. And now we get to come together last game of the season, and we get to play together. It's a real fun and cool feeling.
Talk about playing together. I mean, I know you know most of the guys, but there might have been a couple that you weren't aware of, right? What was that like? Were there a couple of guys you just met and got a chance to hang out with for, 4 quarters?
Oh yeah, there was a few guys that I didn't really know, and I didn't really know their game. And it's just interesting to see because they're from different parts of Colorado, and it's cool how Colorado is represented with such good talent, and some we don't even know about yet. It's such good talent. That's the cool thing about Colorado. You never know who's good and where they are. It's a really cool thing.
Well, we know this. Everybody here tonight was good, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And from your part of Colorado in Aurora, we had Nick Holmes on TV. You tell me if I'm wrong or not, but he made the decisions for you to wear the electrics.
He did. He did make this. He made a decision. I sent him the Snapchat, and I was like, guys, should I wear these? And Nick was first one. Yeah, you got to wear those, bro. So I was like, all right, I'm going to wear them.
Well, Jaizec looked real good in the electrics tonight. A couple of dunks and then playing very well. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Again, two-time selection, Jaizec Lottie from Cherokee Trail. Also thanks to Calvin Fugget from George Washington High School and head coach for Rock Canyon, Kent Grams. We'll take a short break, come back, wrap things up with the event director here on Post Preps TV.
The Show, a presentation of Biokats Sports Network. Producers of showcase events and academic elite camps for student athletes. Basketball, volleyball, soccer, football, and baseball. Biokats.com. And by Badger Sport, your go-to manufacturer of high-performance sports apparel, jerseys, staff activewear, team uniforms. Visit badgersport.com.
One last moment here from Auraria Center on the campus of Metro State University of Denver. Someone that we have to bring on because it's very important as to why we get to watch these elite players. It's Jerry Howard from the Biokats Sports Network. He's the event director for this. Second year in a row you've done this. In 2017, I mean, what's it like? What do you think the experience was like this weekend?
I think the experience was awesome. Being here at Metro State with the crowd. This year we had a lot more people, a venue that could hold more people, and the players just made it exciting, and it was awesome.
Second year in a row we've been on a campus of an RMAC school.
Yeah.
What do you think the bonus is for these guys and girls to be performing on a college campus?
I think the best part is, one, we had a bunch of college coaches in the stands watching, plus we have a bunch of them watching over the internet. For Institute rules, they couldn't be here. But I think their best experience is they get the exposure, and that's the biggest thing, is that's why we put this on.
And, I want to ask you that. Exposure's one thing, right? But it's got to be more than that. Why is it so important for you to be organizing and directing this event and keeping it alive?
My biggest reason for doing this is for the kids. There's a lot of kids out there that really want and need the exposure to gain a college scholarship, to play at the next level. And my passion is to help them get there, and that's why we do this.
Well, a lot of good players got a chance to showcase themselves, so you did a good thing, man.
Great, thanks.
Appreciate that. Jerry Howard from the Biokats Sports Network organized, directed, have funded this event here we call the Show Colorado. Well, that'll wrap it up. What a beautiful show-off of entertainment these guys put out. And for us personally, like you watching, it's all about us being entertained and these kids being able to present themselves, and they did that well. For Phil Mildren, our executive producer, his entire staff with the Stream It Sports production crew, for Kyle Newman, Daniel Boniface from the Denver Post, and also Jerry Howard again from Biokats, I'm Marty Cesario. Good night from Denver.